and welcome to Conversations with Sarah. I'm Sarah Reddan, therapeutic coach, creator of SRTT, your online space for personal development. This is the first of our 3 mini Christmas episodes for managing stress at Christmas, and this episode is about managing overwhelm. So my top tip for managing overwhelm is to focus on the things that you can control. Things will potentially go wrong over the festive season. Things won't live up to the expectations that you have. Creating perfection is not really something that any of us can do. So when things don't go how you want them to, take a moment and just check in. Can you actually do anything about this? If you can, of course, do it. If you can't or you don't need to, just try and be with letting it go and just focusing on the things that are happening, that are going well, that are bringing you joy, and just try to be mindful of enjoying that joy in the moment and letting go of the things that you have no control over.
Hi, this is Liz from the Be Well Space. My top tip for overwhelm this Christmas is to write everything down. It's a time of year that we're all busy juggling lots of things, and we can keep so much information in our short-term memory. But the science shows that it's only around about 5 to 9 bits of information. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're starting to forget things, just write everything that you need to do or you need to remember on a piece of paper. That way you can get it out of your brain, you can see it all in one place, and then you can decide, what do I need to do as a priority? What can I let go till tomorrow? Which day can I do each of these things on? And you'll feel a lot better. Have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi, I'm Luna, a pagan witch and spiritual healer with Black Moon Cove, and my tip for managing overwhelm is around using our resources as witches, as people of nature, using crystals and herbs that are going to help us feel grounded and calm throughout the festive season. So you can actually make yourself a mini spell jar just by using one of those tiny little bottles, putting some crystal, like tiny little tumble stones, such as red jasper and amethyst, which are both great for grounding and all-round healing. And also herbs such as ash leaves and rosemary, which are both quite readily available. And just pop them in the jar and seal the jar with some white candle wax and keep it on your body, in your pockets. You could even put it on a chain as a necklace. And if you want more information about spell jars, then go onto my YouTube channel at Black Moon Cove, where we'll talk through how to do it in much more of an intense way. However, you may just choose to use those crystals on your person or those herbs in some way, like in a little cloth bag, and keep that on your person throughout the day and set the intention that that spell jar, crystal or herb is going to keep you grounded and help you manage that overwhelming feeling throughout the season. I hope you have a wonderful festive time. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Viv and I'm the owner of Viv McGee, and I've popped on today to share a tip about managing overwhelm during this busy holiday season. Whether it's going into busy shops to buy presents before rushing home to wrap them, or making sure you have all the groceries you need to make that truly special festive family meal, or balancing all those balls in the air while you cook your family meal. This time of year can be particularly stressful and overwhelming. If you know you have a task to do that day that you know you find generally overwhelming, spend a few minutes before that task to tune into your breathing. Find somewhere quiet, away from everybody else, and close your eyes. And then breathe deeply, in through your nose, allowing your stomach to expand outwards, and then out through your mouth, allowing your stomach to compress and empty of air. Repeat this a few times until you feel your body and your mind begin to slow down and relax. You're not trying to turn off any thoughts in your mind. You simply want your mind to slow down and relax. So if and when a thought does come into your mind, simply let it float on by without any analysing or any attaching any emotion to it.
Hello, my name is Elena and I'm a Sensi consultant, and my top tip for the topic, how to manage overwhelm, is create a space that you can retreat to. So over the Christmas period, if you are struggling with stress, with anxiety, with overwhelm, not kind of sure what to do, maybe you're feeling a little bit of pressure from people around you, maybe you're feeling pressure about a situation, then have somewhere in your home, or if you're in a workplace, somewhere in your workplace that you can go to, that you can just breathe. And I do this myself, and I'm an anxiety sufferer, and I have in my home, I have a gazebo. It's outside, but it's all set up for me to have quiet time, somewhere I can step into and I can just breathe and let everything go. And I also suffer with overwhelm with certain situations. So for me, my plan is my gazebo. Today I'm going to go and get the gas to make sure the patio heater is working. So I've got heat, I've got an electric heater out there as well, I've got a radio, I've got twinkle lights, I've got comfy seats, I've got cushions, I've got throws, I've got everything to make my moment that I need to just go and just breathe really, really good. So find somewhere in your home or at work that you can walk into when you're feeling overwhelmed, and it just makes you feel more relaxed. You can breathe, you can digest the situation. And also what a really good idea is, and this is something that I do within my business, is if you have a fragrance that you love, whether you've got a scented candle or a scented warmer or joss sticks, anything that you use to fragrance your home or your workplace, wherever you are, that makes you just go, whether it's a hand cream that you use that you love the smell of, anything like that, have that in that special place with you. Have some sweets, some nibbles, some drinks, whatever set up for you, that if you need to escape for a few minutes just to breathe, just to get your head together because you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, that you can step into that place where you're relaxed, you've got nice music, you've got warmth, you've got comfort, you've got nibbles, you've got distractions. Get some magazines, take your phone out there, maybe have already got like a charger plugged in just in case your battery's low, and just distract yourself, or have some moments to yourself where you can just go,
So at Christmas time, we often find ourselves in situations, potentially with family members or extended family members, that maybe have completely different perspectives about life, completely different viewpoints. May that be the way in which we live our lives, or political viewpoints, or just come from a very, very different place with the way that we think and feel about things. Maybe somebody likes to give you their opinions about things, and it's things that you are happy with within your own life and don't want to talk about. So if that is something that you may be dealing with throughout this time, something to really kind of check in with yourself and be just aware that you don't have to get involved with the arguing. You are allowed to choose not to have conversations, and it may be useful, if that's something that you find really, really difficult, is to practice saying some phrases that will help you come out of those situations in a way that feels comfortable for you, that can help you manage the fact that you are choosing all to be in the same space together. So perhaps things like, I'm not going to have this conversation. Perhaps you could say to them that I am uncomfortable with this conversation. I would like this conversation to end now. I am going to go and sit with another family member and speak with them for a little while. If the other one feels a little bit too potentially confrontational, or just being able to excuse yourself from the situation and know that it's absolutely okay, that you do not have to have these conversations if you don't want to.
Hello, I'm Luna, a pagan witch and spiritual healer with Black Moon Cove. And my tip for dealing with difficult family is to create a protection energy bubble. So how you go about doing that, so before you even leave the house and start interacting with this family, is imagining a white light around your heart centre. And as you breathe out, just imagine it becoming bigger and bigger. And as you breathe in, it becomes brighter and more powerful. And take at least 3 deep breaths, imagining it getting bigger and brighter until it surrounds you like a bubble. And now you have that surrounding you for the rest of the day. What you might want to do is set a specific intention on that bubble just to protect you from everybody else's energy or emotions. What you could do even is set it to return to sender. So if any literal bad energy is being sent directly to you on purpose, that it would bounce off your bubble and go straight back to the sender. So you can tweak it and work with it in whatever feels good for you personally, and just reinforce that throughout the day just to make sure that it's out there and it's still protecting you. Have a wonderful festive season. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Wendie from Delightfully Calm and have a tip for dealing with difficult family members. So when you're in the presence of somebody that you find a little bit tricky for whatever reason, a great tip is to imagine a sheet of glass or a sheet of perspex in front of you and that other person. So it acts as a barrier, so you can still hear them, you can still see them, and vice versa. But what it does, it protects you from wearing and absorbing their emotions. What that also does, it will leave you feeling a bit more calmer, relaxed, and less drained as well. So you can use this technique for multiple situations. Nobody knows that you're doing it. It takes 2-3 seconds to do. It's highly effective. So I hope that's helpful for you. And I wish you a very, very happy Christmas.
Hello, my name is Viv and I am owner of Viv McGee, and I'm here today to share a couple of tips if you find yourself having to deal with a family member over this holiday season. This time of year, the holiday time, is when families come together, and it's often the only time of the year where everybody is together, and that can sometimes lead to a bit of tension. If you know that there may be tension in a family get-together this season, even if that tension isn't directly related to you, but perhaps between other family members, take the time to prepare yourself for that get-together. Firstly, think of everyone who's coming to the get-together. If you know there will be someone there who sometimes rubs you up the wrong way or may cause some tension for you or for other people, a family member that you would rather avoid rather than spend time with, then spend a few moments before you leave for the get-together focusing on that very person. Bring the person to the forefront of your mind and send them warmth and empathy. In your imagination, see a lovely warm glow of kindness, empathy, friendship, and caring, leaving your heart and floating over to connect with their heart. Imagine the glow traveling into their heart and see their whole body begin to glow also. When you meet them in person, you should find that any tension between you will have actually reduced. Also, before heading out to a get-together, a family get-together, where there may be difficult members, imagine yourself in the most beautiful bubble of light. It can be any colour that comes into your head. This bubble is your protection and your shield. Say that only positive energies and high vibrations may enter your bubble. That means any negativity and any tension that may arise from the get-together will not penetrate your protective bubble, and so you will not be as affected by anything negative that may arise.
Thank you for joining us for our third of our mini Christmas episodes, and this one is about dealing with loss. So if you haven't already, you can listen to last week's episode, which is all around managing grief, and there's some tips in there about how to support yourself through the festive season and around Christmas time. And my tips echo some of the things that we discussed in last week's episode, dealing with grief. So I would very much say it's really okay to feel however you feel at this time, and give yourself grace to be with that. It's possible that you do feel the loss of the person that is no longer with you, but you also may be excited about parts of Christmas, excited about seeing the people that are still here, and looking forward to parts of the day. So it really is, however you are feeling is absolutely okay. Give yourself permission to take time throughout the day if you need to. Let people know that you will be taking time throughout the day whenever you need to. If you know that something is going to support you, communicate to the people around you and let them know how to support you through this time. So really it is an echo of the things that I say every week about being kind to yourself, communicating what you are recognizing your needs are as you recognize them, and they may change as the day goes on, and that will change from year to year, and it's okay. However you feel is absolutely okay.
Hello, my name is Viv, owner of Viv McGee, and I'm here to share a tip if you find yourself dealing with loss during the holiday season. My tip is to take some time aside from everyone around you and just be with yourself. Close your eyes, and whether it's a person or a pet you have lost, picture that loved one in your mind. If you can't picture them, simply set the intention that you're going to sit down and have the most loving chat with them. Then have a quiet conversation with them, telling them how much you appreciate the time that you have had together. Share some fond, happy and fun memories that you created together whenever they were with you. Express the love that you felt for them and still feel for them, and the joy that they brought to you and your life. Focus on the positives. Chat quietly in your head, or if you wish, you can say the words out loud as if that person or pet is with you there in the moment. If tears come, let them flow. Don't fight them and don't resist them. Just be in the moment. Enjoy this special time that you've set aside just to be with your loved one who has crossed over.
Hi, I'm Luna. I'm a pagan witch and spiritual healer with Black Moon Cove, and my top tip for dealing with loss is, if you're curious about working with deities or you already work with deities, it would be wonderful to call upon those deities that are more connected with loss and grief, and invite them in to bring their love, their powerful and gentle love that can surround you and support you with the symptoms of grief. So deities such as Baba Yaga, Baron Samedi, Goddess Kali and Hecate are all very much associated with loss. So if you wanted to invite them into your space, into your energy, you could just call upon them just as it is and ask them to come in and support you with your symptoms of grief. You could also leave out some offerings for them. Generally speaking, things like black candles, tobacco, spices such as cayenne pepper, or particularly a pentacle for Hecate. But if you look them up online and find out what kind of things they'd be more attracted to, and just leave them out an offering and invite them into your space just to support you with the grieving process. And that's a beautiful way to support you through the festive season. I hope you have a wonderful time. Thank you.
I hope these tips have been useful for you, and however you spend the festive season, I hope that you have the most wonderful time. As always, thank you for listening to Conversations with Sarah. Stay curious and be kind to yourself.